Hold up, gang. I'm pretty sure Tommy just posted. Oh yeah, he did not just post. Sorry.
You know, they say every couple of generations, one generation is bound to experience the most life-changing events in history. And so far, it's looking like Gen Z is fitting the boot. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but can you blame me after all the things we've had? Most of us were born around the time or after one of the most devastating terror attacks in modern times happened. We saw our parents trying to keep their sanity during the 2008 financial crisis. As soon as we stepped out into the real world as adults, everything decided to shut down because of COVID in 2020. We've been having drills since we were 5 at school in case a lunatic comes in and mows the whole school down. And now to add the cherry on top, we may be running back to draft and being put on the warfield. Excuse me, I meant you guys may be running back to draft and on the warfield. I just found out I'm highly on the spectrum, so unfortunately that means I can't qualify.
Oh hell
But
no.
good luck.
I'm not going, bro. Sorry guys. I have like like ball syndrome. It's like when like your like balls are like just super itchy and like you just have to scratch them every time you feel it. So yeah, I don't think I can go to the war, bro. Trump, I know you're there. Do not draft me. I have itchy ball syndrome. No, cause what do I look like shooting a 5-year-old? Dead serious. No, what do I look like being in the position where somebody's yelling out grenade and everybody just goes boom. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's not happening, bro. I'm sorry.
Soldiers, I'll give y'all each a high five and you can have fun on the battlefield. It's crazy how Gen Z is kind of running back what millennials had. Because millennials had a war growing up with a terrible economy and had to worry about if they could even afford it.
No, that's serious. I heard that if you don't go to war, you go to prison. How long do I go to prison for, bro? Cause that's serious. I might just go to prison. I think, um, and I think getting booty raped by Diddy, and I think getting like, you know, touched in prison is better than getting blown up by a grenade on the battlefield. I'm gonna be real. How long do you go to prison for? Who cares? So, up to 5 years in prison and a fine of 250. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. I don't care. It's 5 years. I'll miss like a nice TikTok era, but sorry. 18 to 25 is crazy, bro. Like,
But man, at least they had good music coming out. What the do we have for these turmoil times? Lil Mabu? I don't think I really have to explain too much what's going on. If you don't keep up with the news, you've probably seen the memes already about hitting 360 no scopes on the battlefield.
I
But the
just remember
United
Kai
States of
Cenat could literally
America
just get drafted.
officially got involved with the Israel and
Literally
Iran
anybody could just
conflict
get
and
drafted,
decided to
bro.
drop 3 bombs on what they say is their nuclear sites. But of course, that's just a theory. A game theory. Alright, I'm sorry. I feel like I need to take these matters more serious. Now, I'm not gonna say too much of my personal opinion on it and break this down like it's a
What
5
is
hour political
that?
podcast. I usually say and talk about things more on stream, so definitely go follow me on there in the second channel. But it's not surprising that everyone is scared online and doesn't know what's gonna happen. You know, in the past, you usually didn't have a president tweeting that they bombed a country, then posting a low PNG photo of the American flag right after. This is definitely the worst time to be the ripe age of 18 to 25 because we going first if the draft happens. Unfortunately, high school class of 2025, you only got a couple of seconds of freedom before you were cooked. I've been thinking to myself for a while.
Oh wait, I'm chilling like a villain. Oh my god, wait, how long is Trump being president for? 4 years, right? So, according to my calculations, if Trump is president for 4 years, wait, hold up. When does Trump hold up, chat? Cause what does he leave office? 2020, 2029. 2029. How will I be in 2029? Cause in this year, I'll be 13, and next year, I'll be 14. So, wait, hold up. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, that's 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh my god! Saved by the bell. Lord have mercy. When that nigga gets out of here, I'll literally be 17. Chat, I'm good.
A hypothetical unlikely scenario of them actually doing a draft, the government doesn't realize that
It would not work with Gen Z.
Gen Z has got to be the worst generation for them to try and get on the war train with them. And this isn't even mentioning
gonna be
about
like
all the
major
femboys
paid up
and
in there,
furries
I'm
we
not even
got.
gonna lie.
Not even talking about how half of us are either morbidly obese or twigs. One of the main reasons I think war wouldn't work with Gen Z is because the propaganda age of America is officially dead. And not just America, any country that has some form of free press is absolutely cooked. The
Hey, they
reason why
drafted
people
Duke
back
Dennis,
then
so.
were so patriotic and would do anything to be in the army in war times. You had kids who were in high school lying about their age so they could serve in the army. Was because so many people trusted what the politicians said and how the media said things. Politicians were treated as saintly figures that would never do bad for the American people because why would they? They sit on podiums and do cool speeches about us fighting for our democracy and freedom. And now we look back at certain conflicts America got in and realize that there was no point in us being there. Like almost nobody nowadays thinks the Vietnam War was something America needed to get involved in. And it's crazy how the #1 superpower for military in all things lost to that were setting up Looney Tune ad traps in the ground.
Gang, what the fuck? If I ever, yo, falling for shit like this is crazy.
Also, the Iraq War is universally seen as a
Oh hell
dumb
no!
war that
I'm not
shouldn't
going to war,
happen by
bro. I'll
people
fall for
now.
every
Like,
single one of
even
these
Trump
traps.
and Obama
If they
agree
put
on that.
like some
That's
hot
probably the
Cheetos
only
or some
thing
shit
they
on the
do.
ground, I swear to
reasons
God,
why
I'll fall
these
for that.
worked though is because it was so much easier to push propaganda in the past. Like in the Vietnam War, they were playing TV ads saying this was all about freedom and nothing else. Taking ads out the newspaper saying the only way to be a man is by getting drafted to war. And at
Oh
the
hell
time
no!
before social media,
Being a man, if I could just be a man by going to war, are we dead serious? I can only be a man by going to war. Are y'all retarded? If I'm anywhere above 18, I'm a man, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm just gonna label myself as a man. I don't care.
everyone basically believed it because that's all that was shown. There wasn't anyone with major platforms that would go against it because they would get censored, and everyone watched media through a few news channels which would all say the same thing. During the Iraq War though, that's when you first started seeing people actually start speaking up about things, saying, hey, maybe going into a country and murdering innocent civilians and committing war crimes isn't a good thing. Just maybe. But social media was still in its baby phases at the time it was going on, so there was still a lot of enthusiasm for it. But now with Gen Gen Z, we grew up in the most free era of social media. No one would go because everyone would know it would be another lie that the government is doing. And the military's numbers have already been dropping more than ever. People have been making fun of it because they be trying to recruit soldiers anywhere they can now. They've been seen at anime cons. They got whole Twitch channels now. They even got them at NBA games now. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm watching my glorious king LeBron putting up 40 points and a military sergeant comes up to me like, "Hey son, this game sure is great, right? Have you ever thought of the game of fighting for your country?" Like, get the f out my face, bro. I'm watching LeBron. Even if there was a chance it was true and we were
Yo, I swear to God, if I'm walking across the street to the fucking store to buy like a pineapple Fanta or something, or Arizona, and some random military ass nigga comes out the bathroom, I swear to God, I'm slapping the shit out of you and I'm running. I'm being so dead serious. I'm not getting drafted. If they decrease the age for going to war, I swear to God, if I see a military sergeant, I'm slapping the shit out of you. No, thank you for your service, mister. I'm not even gonna lie, because there's no way I'm getting drafted. I'm sorry. You know what Iran been putting up? Every single night, I think there's a bomb. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But, you do you.
defending ourselves from evil. The US government has lost so much trust in the public, no one would believe them. I don't know a single man I've asked in Gen Z that said they would actually go if they got drafted. Most would rather just take the prison time or fine than go. And looking at it in the long run, it's not even that bad.
That's
it's
what I'm
5 years in
saying.
prison max. if you
5
don't go.
years.
So it's either
It's
you get
5 years. Like,
max in prison for
it's
not
Diddy-
going
they-
and staying
Diddy-
alive,
Diddy
or
wanted to
go
be
and
there for-
potentially get obliterated on the battlefield by a missile straight to the head. Hey man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm throwing a party in that prison for every day we not in the warfield. I got a friend that served in the military for a couple of years, and even he said nowadays he'd rather take the prison time. Also, the younger generation has realized we don't want to fight a war because of a politician's beef. Like, why don't y'all fight it yourselves? Why I gotta grab the military equipment while you sit on a plane watching from above drinking champagne? They should host a boxing match every year for world leaders, and whoever wins, their country gets the most benefits for that year. Looking at our leader for now, though, yeah, we might be losing for the next couple of years if that happens. Also, growing up in this age, we've gotten exposed to how badly these war injuries leave people. This right here might be the sole reason Gen Z would never join in. There's always a chance you could end up with one of those. People in war lose body parts I didn't even know was possible to lose. The day I'm at war and
Yo, if I lose my penis on the battlefield, I swear to God. If I lose my penis on the battlefield, it's over.
to obliterate my meat, the whole place is getting torn down. They should have tried to stop those images from coming out, because who the hell would want to potentially get involved in a war after seeing pictures like that? And it's crazy because it could happen at any moment to you on the warfield. One day you're chilling in the breezy weather of Iraq in 115-degree weather. You're vibing, then you look to the right and see a man with 20 cc's of C4 strapped to his chest running to you at Usain Bolt speed. And now you end up looking like Two-Face back at home. I'm not sitting here and saying all of America's wars were unjust.
Yeah, if that ever happens to me, I'm sorry, bro. But like, yeah, you gotta go. I'm not getting obliterated by freaking obliterated by. Okay, I'm just gonna mute this my full chat. I'm just saying, bro, I'm not getting obliterated by Aston Hall running full speed toward my face with a ticking C4 that would blow up my country. we're gonna be real here, right? I'm not getting exploded. Man to man, bro to bro. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Though. Like, I always appreciate the veterans out there who fought, because most of the time, even if the war ended up being unjustified, a lot joined to fight for justified reasons and what they were told, and then felt bad when they realized it was a lie. And also for World War II, America was justified in a lot, like, let's be real, mainly making sure Adolf didn't end up owning the world. But like I said, no matter how justified a conflict may be, the
Adolf
trust
is mad
gone
weird,
from the
bro.
public.
Okay, I
It'll
can't
take
lie.
a real hard campaign to have the youth agree the government is totally not lying in what they're saying. And the president we have now is totally not a liar, right?
One thing I can promise you this: I will always tell you the truth.
He don't even believe that himself. Do you see his face? He was probably holding back a laugh so hard in his mind. That's the thing that's most important in a war, having a person that the younger generation wholeheartedly trusts. It's a reason why
So he's gonna tell us the truth. Not gonna lie, I'm not even a politics guy. I literally don't know anything about this at all. I really like completely clueless, but like I'm not gonna really believe he's not ever gonna lie to us unless I'm a Trump glazer. Like that's serious. Unless I'm a glazer. Unless I'm a glazer. I'm saying like if I was a glazer, I'd probably believe it because I'm a glazer. But like, come on, bro. I like if I said that, I'd probably burst out laughing.
Dictatorships completely ban social media because they can fully propaganda the younger generation to look up to the leader and they're all gonna believe in them. Even having someone that they trust is hard, but having someone that the younger generation doesn't trust, yeah, it's gonna be damn near impossible for the government to try to get us on the war train with that. No matter your view on Trump, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that most of Gen Z does not have a good view on him. You take a room of 10 of us, and I would say at least 8 people are gonna say they don't like him. And look, like I've said in the past, I'm not even one of those that's a Trump hater 24/7 and spends all day writing hate articles on him. But if you truly think the younger generation would fully be behind him declaring a war on another country, you're delusional. Bro, we just had a protest around the whole country against what he's doing. And because he's commander-in-chief and can set whatever war policies he wants, I would not trust what the this would implement. Like, what if he implements a policy where if your meat is smallest, you gotta be the first to go because you probably can't repopulate the population after it drops from all the casualties?
Oh yeah,
all of us would be like, I don't know if I can trust the man leading the war that says this on stage.
Because they asked me what I do, and I said, I'm gonna bomb the out of them.
Imagine he forgot there was a couple of soldiers on the war.
Oh hell no, we're cooked. It's over. I've never even watched him say that. Why has nobody ever told me this? He just said he's gonna bomb the dog. Yo. You not go on? They about to make a movie for us. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yo, I'm going to Mexico, bro. Let me know how GTA 6 is. Dead serious.
And threw one right in the middle of the fight. Also, another reason why the younger generation wouldn't be motivated to join in is because we really got nothing to look forward to and have no hope for an American dream. Our economy's still from COVID and inflation is still going on. No one can get a job on the mainland already, and most of Gen Z ain't gonna get a house in their lifetime. At least back then, when you fought a war, you had those things to look forward to. You came back and could work a shift as a cashier and buy a house in 2 years. Nowadays, instead of that, you're gonna come back and have no work available to you, probably still be living with your parents. All the femcells on Twitter and TikTok are gonna be laughing at the men dying on the warfield. And don't count on the government to help you either after. It's so sad to me that there's people out there that served the country and helped keep it alive, only for them to end up homeless with no help from the government. In what world should homeless veterans even be a thing, bro? We spend $880 billion on the military a year. Everyone who served in war should be eating good and kicking back for the rest of their lives. They did something that none of us wanted to do, and the politicians, and then
dead serious. For all that, I would have just went to jail. Why am I losing my meat just to come back with my lost meat? To go to, no, I'm just saying, why am I coming back with my lost meat just to go to just to be homeless? Hey, at least I got a bed in prison. I'm just saying, I might get killed off the bed, but at least it's better than just sleeping outside. I'm gonna be dead serious, but hey, they are serving food. They do have a bed. They do have a room. There's a place I could piss, and then again, they got food. So. Hey, it's basically a free house for 5 years. And you just gotta pay for it. I would have paid off to find sometime in my life. And if anything, somebody probably would have bailed me out. I'm gonna be serious. Somebody probably would have bailed me out. If that's even possible. I don't know. I don't really know nothing about I don't know nothing about jail and politics or shit like that, so.
If I was them, I would take back all of my service and stay my ass on the mainland. The government has tried to right those wrongs and make better benefits for people, but you still end up with people who got left behind and have nothing after. The only reason why I would even join, to be honest, is the benefits. I just have to sit there and pray that a war doesn't actually happen. Because for real, I'd only want the free insurance and vacations. The warfield is a different conversation. I'm gonna have to take my prison time for that game. Anyways, that's gonna be it. For anyone in Gen Z that's actually worried about a draft in war, I'm gonna let you know right now, there's about a 95% chance no draft happens. Like, first off, half of our paycheck if you live in the United States goes to the military. We spend $880 billion a year on the military.
Nah, dead
Iran's-
serious? How do you even spend this much money, bro? Look at how much money Ukraine spends. I'm about to get pissed off. Ukraine spends less than $100. These countries are literally poor. Why does China have the most cash, bro? I'm trying to be like China. Where's Mexico at? Nah, dead serious. I'm gonna really, bro, wait till I go to China, bro. Dead serious. I'm about to just start speaking Chinese, bro. Where's the Duolingo shit at? I'm gonna be like, Watch me, Yao Ming shit. I don't know about Japan though. Y'all might be selling.
Whopping $10 billion. Their whole military operation would get wiped in like 2 nanoseconds if they actually tried to attack civilians. They would learn the true reason why we don't have free healthcare. The last thing they'd ever want to do is let all politicians put their
10 billion? Wait, what?
Iran spends a whopping $10 billion a year on the military, and Iran goes to the military. We spend $880 billion a year on the military, and Iran spends a whopping $10 billion. Their whole military operation would get wiped in like 2 nanoseconds if they actually tried to attack civilians. They would learn the true reason why we don't have free healthcare. The last thing they'd ever want to do is let all politicians put their political beliefs aside and let Congress come together.
Oh,
and let
yeah,
Trump
they're
do whatever the he'd want to do in a war. It wouldn't matter if their allies got involved, which I don't think they would even do. They would have so much more to lose with Iran, like it wouldn't be worth it. Also, they wouldn't do it because I'm here. They know I don't play when I say leave us alone. Anyways, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
That was kind of uncalled for, but okay. Hey, chat. Not gonna lie. Now you know I'm not going to war, bro. I'm gonna be dead serious. If you think I'm going to war, you're mad funny. Yo, I'm not going to war, bro. I'm sorry. That's just the way it gotta be, bro. I'm not going to war. Chat, y'all know good and well I would never go to war. Y'all know I will never go to war, bro. Y'all know good and well I cannot go to war. If y'all know I can't, y'all know I can't go to war, bro. I wouldn't even last like I wouldn't last like at least like 20 seconds in war. I'm gonna be like so honest here. I wouldn't last too long in war. I wouldn't even last 3 minutes in war. We gotta be real. I wouldn't last 3 minutes in war. I'd probably end up pissing my pants or some shit. Cause me lasting in war has to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.